Before I start this video, it is kind request to subscribe Movie Crackle. Now story begins. The story begins on a planet named Saras, where a girl named Naven was standing on the beach, learning to whistle by putting her fingers in her mouth. Meanwhile, Naven's parents, Mills and Aliyah, were watching her with smiling eyes. Just then, Mills told his wife that he would have to go on a space mission for 2 years. I'm worried about how I will tell Naven this. Both husband and wife were a bit worried because Mills had never been away from home for so long, and he was doing all this to save money for Naven's treatment because Naven had some illness. After this, Mills went to Naven and started teaching her how to whistle. At that same moment, Naven said, "I know you are going, and it's because of me." But Mills reassured her, saying, "I won't be gone for too long," and then the two created many beautiful memories together before the journey. Some time later, Mills was on his mission. Everything was going perfectly fine. But then suddenly one night, when all the scientists were sleeping inside the spaceship suddenly entered an area filled with asteroids. Mills immediately received the alarm signal, and at that same moment, the spaceship began colliding with meteors. Their ship was heavily damaged. Mills was trying his best to gain control over the failing systems, but unfortunately, he was not successful. There was no other option, so he had to make an emergency landing, that too on an unknown planet. Now the spaceship crashed downward, breaking into 2 parts, and before losing consciousness, only memories of his daughter flashed before Mills' eyes. Then some time later, Mills regained consciousness and removed the piece of iron stuck in his stomach. Then he began treating his wounds. Then he put his spacesuit back on and began thoroughly checking the ship. That's when he realized that many crucial parts of the spaceship were missing. Mills picked up a weapon for his protection and jumped out of the spaceship. The moment he stepped out, he saw the corpses of his entire crew. Seeing this, he was stunned. After this, he panicked, sent a signal to his planet, and then removed his spacesuit. Surprisingly, this planet's atmosphere was breathable. Mills wasn't having any trouble, but seeing his entire crew dead, he was broken inside. He had completely lost the will to live. But then, thinking of his family, he stopped. He began watching some videos sent by his daughter, because of which, tears came to his eyes. A few moments later, Mills got a signal on his system, and he immediately ran toward that place with hope in his eyes. Soon he found the missing part of the spaceship, inside which he saw that a little girl was still alive. Mills pulled the unconscious girl out and carried her toward the remaining parts of the ship. But then, on the way, he saw a very large paw print on the wet ground, which confused him greatly, and that's when we learned the shocking fact. Actually, the planet where Mills landed is none other than Earth, but this is 65 million years before our time, when dinosaurs used to roam our planet. The next day, Mills began trying to find that part of the spaceship which contained the emergency spacecraft, but his scanner couldn't detect it. Therefore, he started trying to understand the surrounding area, and that's when he found the remains of a very large creature's bones, which looked like it had died recently. Then, a spray of hot water came from underground, and moving forward, he suddenly saw a flash of light in the distance. He scanned the area and soon understood that the other part of the spaceship was lying on the other side of the hill. At that same moment, a small dinosaur suddenly attacked Mills, but he easily overpowered and killed the animal. When Mills was returning to the ship, he heard some sounds coming from the forest, but later, it turned out to be the same girl whose life he had saved the previous night. Mills tried to approach her, but the girl ran away as soon as she saw him. Mills also started chasing after her, calling out, and during this, both slipped down a slope and fell, landing right next to a dinosaur's corpse. Then suddenly, they heard a deep roar and saw a very large dinosaur approaching them, after which they were forced to flee. Back at the spaceship, Mills began treating the girl's wounds and asked her name. But the girl answered in a language that Mills couldn't understand at all. He checked the ship's passenger list and learned that her name is Koa, which the girl confirmed. Then Mills realized there was only one way to leave the planet, and that would be to find the emergency spacecraft, which is on top of a mountain, because the girl doesn't understand his language. Therefore, Mills made some drawings, and those drawings finally helped explain things to the girl. The girl also drew a picture and asked about her parents. To this, Mills said that they are also on that mountain. At the same time, he started talking to her about family. After this, Mills recorded a new message in which he said that he had found a living girl and that they were in desperate need of help. In the other room, Koa found the video messages Naven had sent to her father, and she started watching them excitedly. It turned out that Mills had completed his mission, and after 2 years, he was finally returning home when the spaceship crashed. The initial messages were quite good, but gradually, Naven began to appear troubled by her illness and the absence of her father. Before Koa could finish watching the videos, Mills arrived there and turned off the video. He strictly forbade her from watching these videos. After this, Mills picked up some small bombs, and both set off into the jungle filled with dangerous creatures. During the journey, Koa saw a shining object in the sky but didn't pay much attention to it. A little later, she found some berries in the jungle and began teasing Mills by throwing them at him. Mills put a berry into the scanner and discovered that the berries were poisonous. So Mills scolded the girl and told her not to play with these berries. Koa understood his point immediately. A while later, both saw a small dinosaur stuck in a swamp, and despite Mills' protests, Koa immediately ran to save it. However, Mills later joined her, and together they freed the animal from the swamp. But that dinosaur didn't get far because suddenly a pack of predators attacked it and tore it apart. Seeing this cruel world, Koa was frightened and started crying. Therefore, Mills quickly grabbed her and hid behind a nearby rock so the predators wouldn't notice them. After those dangerous animals left, Mills and Koa continued their journey, and both soon reached the bank of a small river. When their water bottle emptied, Mills told Koa to fill water from the river. "It will be clean. We won't die from this." Koa agreed and began filling water. During this, Mills was watching her with great affection. He began remembering his daughter. Later, Koa also brought a flower with the water and tried to put it in Mills' hair. Mills first refused, saying that only women do such things, but when Mills saw Koa getting sad, he finally agreed. Then both continued their journey, but just then, Mills lost the way to the other part of his spaceship. Therefore, he decided to climb a tree to scan the area again. He did find the ship, but suddenly a swarm of wild insects climbed onto his hand. When he tried to shake them off, he lost his balance and fell down with a thud. This badly injured his shoulder. Surprisingly, on this dinosaur-filled planet, insects have done the most damage to him. Groaning in pain, Mills stumbled back to the tree, but at that same moment, a pack of dangerous dinosaurs reached them. Mills told Koa to put her foot on his arm so he could set his shoulder back into place. This fixed his pain to a large extent. Then he moved forward and began shooting at the dinosaurs. But when he realized their numbers were too great, he told Koa to run away from there to keep her safe. Koa immediately ran away and hid near a tree trunk, while Mills kept throwing bombs at the dinosaurs. Meanwhile, Koa heard gunshots. But then she realized that the dinosaurs had surrounded her. The poor girl tried to run and save her life, but the dinosaurs kept chasing her persistently, and soon they got very close to her. When the girl had lost all hope, Mills arrived there and shot them all down with his gun. Unfortunately, one dinosaur survived and started dragging Koa toward the jungle. Mills immediately chased after it, fired shots, and scared the animal, somehow saving Koa's life. This entire incident had frightened the little girl. Now, due to the language barrier, he couldn't communicate with her, but he still sat nearby to encourage her. A little later, it started getting dark. Mills began teaching Koa how to whistle with his hands, exactly like he used to teach his daughter. Then both set out on their journey again. After walking for a while, they found a cave where they decided to spend the night. There, Mills set up motion sensors so he could detect any nearby danger early. Then he checked his other device and discovered that an asteroid many times larger than the one he had crashed into was heading straight toward Earth. This worried him, but then Koa distracted his attention. She showed Mills that she had picked up a cassette containing Naven's video messages. Mills got angry with Koa for taking the cassette without asking. This made Koa sad, so Mills played the recording again to cheer her up. Both of them were happy to see Naven again during this difficult time. Later, when Mills was trying to sleep, he remembered that his wife Aaliyah had called and told him that Naven had died in the hospital, and remembering this, he began crying bitterly. That night, the motion sensor suddenly activated, waking Mills up. He went to Koa, who was sleeping, but foam was coming out of her mouth. Seeing this, Mills became worried. He quickly opened Koa's mouth and saw a bug inside, which he carefully removed, but the danger wasn't over yet because a very large dinosaur had entered the cave. Mills immediately fired a shot and injured one of the animal's eyes, after which, the angry dinosaur began breaking the cave. Therefore, he took Koa and ran deeper into the cave, where that large predator wouldn't be able to reach. Now Mills used his device to quickly find an exit route, but then, many small dinosaurs, which were very dangerous, appeared in front of them inside. So both started running deeper again. Soon they reached a dead end. Desperate, Mills began trying to dig and enlarge the cave, but it wasn't easy. Hours passed for them in that same spot. But Koa turned out to be very stubborn and, in a restless attempt to find her family, started digging again. Seeing this, Mills started saying that I lied. Stop. Your parents are not waiting on that mountain. But Koa didn't understand his language and kept digging. This made Mills feel even worse. Then he came up with a trick and used small bombs to create an explosion in the cave. This trick worked very well. After this, Mills gave some bombs to Koa, so that if they got separated, these bombs would come in handy for her. Then both crawled forward along the path, but unfortunately, due to the explosion, the rocks started shifting, and the cave suddenly began collapsing. Because of which, the two got separated from each other. Mills was very anxious. He thought that perhaps Koa had died. But soon he heard the sound of Koa's whistle, which gave him some relief. After this, Mills began searching for another way out. But on the way, he found another large dinosaur that he had previously chased away by shooting. Due to the extreme darkness, Mills couldn't see anything properly. Therefore, he activated his device in scanning mode. He discovered that the dinosaur was right behind him, and a fierce fight broke out between the two. Seeing an opportunity, the dinosaur knocked Mills' gun away, and he didn't even get a chance to fire. Seizing the opportunity, the dinosaur began biting his arm. But Mills somehow pushed it away and quickly tried to reach his scanner. With the scanner's help, he emitted different sounds, and these sounds distracted the dinosaur. Meanwhile, Mills picked up his gun again and then blew that dinosaur away. On the other hand, while wandering in the jungle, Koa found a large bone and picked it up as a weapon. Koa applied poisonous berries to it and wrapped it in a large strap. Then Koa placed it in her bag and continued the journey. On the other hand, Mills finally managed to get out of the cave. He saw a shining object in the sky and scanned it with his device. The device told him that the asteroid's collision with Earth would be very dangerous. If he wanted to survive, he would have to escape from here before the collision. Now he only had 12 hours left. Worried, Mills set out to find Koa, and after searching a little, he heard Koa's scream. Koa was screaming because a dinosaur was advancing toward her. Mills immediately ran to save her, but the poor guy got stuck in a swamp and fell, which slowly began pulling him inside, while Koa hid inside a dry tree, which was actually a trap for the dinosaur. As soon as the animal entered, Koa immediately came out, closed the path, and threw small bombs inside, causing a massive explosion that killed the dinosaur. Then Koa heard Mills scream, and we see that Mills was sinking in the swamp. Only his head was above the swamp. Right at the critical moment, Koa leaned a branch toward him, with whose help Mills pulled himself out. As soon as he came out, Mills hugged Koa and thanked her. Then, pointing toward the burning asteroid in the sky, he told her they had to hurry. After this, both moved forward, and as night fell, the sky filled with meteors. Soon they reached a steep cliff, where Mills helped the girl climb up and tie a rope. Then Koa tied a rope to a large rock and threw it down so Mills could also climb up. Finally, both reached the missing part of the spaceship, where Mills began searching for the emergency aircraft. He breathed a sigh of relief knowing it was still functional. Just then, they received a message that a rescue spaceship was also coming toward them. This made him even happier. But Koa was not happy at all because she was looking for her parents, whom she couldn't find anywhere. She got angry at Mills because he had lied to her. Then the sky suddenly lit up because burning meteors were tearing through the dense sky. To console the sad girl, Mills began talking to her about his daughter. He told Koa that he came on this mission to earn money for her treatment, but despite that, she died. Even though Koa didn't understand his words, she felt Mills' pain and hugged him. At that same moment, a small meteorite fell in the nearby jungle, which was one of the pieces of the large asteroid heading toward Earth. Seeing this, both panicked and quickly jumped into the emergency aircraft. Just as they were preparing to take off, two meteoroids suddenly collided with the ship. Because of this, the aircraft fell down the mountain. During this, Mills lost consciousness. And when Koa tried to take off, the system informed her that the aircraft couldn't launch in that position. Then suddenly, a large dinosaur attacked their aircraft. Mills saw that his weapon was lying outside. So he unbuckled his belt and ran outside to get it. He tried to shoot at the dinosaur, but his weapon wasn't activated. The situation worsened when a second dinosaur also joined the attack. Shortly after, the dinosaurs crushed the spot where Mills was hiding, leaving him badly injured. He began to feel very trapped and helpless. Then Koa picked up his device and started showing him Naven through a live projection. In that video, Naven says how much she loves her father. Seeing this, Mills became emotional, while the two dinosaurs, mistaking the live projection for something real, began attacking it. Mills' gun was now ready, and he blew away the first dinosaur in one go. But then the second dinosaur spotted Koa, who was operating the projector from the spaceship. Now it quickly advanced toward Koa and overturned the spaceship. Mills continuously attacked that dinosaur with his gun and finished it off, and now his bullets were also exhausted. But that first dinosaur wasn't dead yet. It began chasing Mills rapidly. Mills also ran with all his might, and when the dinosaur was about to kill him, suddenly Koa struck the dinosaur's eye with that bone, which already had poisonous berries on it. The dinosaur began groaning in pain, and then a spray of boiling water fell on it, after which it burned and died instantly. After this, both breathed a sigh of relief and returned to the aircraft, after which they immediately took off. Within seconds, a very large asteroid collided with Earth, causing a tremendous explosion, which perhaps also became the reason for the extinction of all dinosaurs. This painful mission had perhaps given Mills back his daughter in the form of Koa. If you liked the video, please like it, subscribe to the channel.